Finals MVP. And honestly, it was starting to be a discussion. It was either to be him or Andrew Wiggins. And Wiggins had another good game today. You know, he was a key player tonight as well. Yeah, 18, 6, and 5. That's pretty good. He's been consistent with that.
Yeah.
Clay only had 12, although at certain points it was looking like, okay, Clay could get hot, but he is still, he didn't get a chance to be the Game 6 Clay of old.
I was looking for Game 6 Clay.
Yeah, it was looking like for a second early on, but he actually finished inefficient, like 5 of 20. But the key story of the game,
he was cheating it up.
Yeah, he was. It wasn't good. The key story of the game is still just Steph Curry. Steph Curry, and he deserves Finals MVP for this. He finished with 34 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. He actually got some steals as well. Curry has really improved as a defender, and that kind of showed tonight too. So yeah,
it's like defense when it matters.
Yeah, he does. So, your reaction to Steph winning Finals MVP?
I definitely think Steph has earned this Finals MVP trophy, and I think he started to speak to it a little bit. A lot of people have been, talking about if he's a clutch player, if he's the best player, can be the best player on a championship team, can he be the best player in the finals? And in this series, he proved that, putting the team on his back, dropping 43 points in opposite territory instead of at home. Even in some games, not having the greatest shooting nights or biggest scoring impact, but finding ways to impact the game. Like you said tonight, he played defense. A lot of people have questioned his defensive ability. We know how well Steph can shoot the ball, and we know that he can make plays. We saw that he can finish. And I think without him, you take him out of this team for significant stretches of the game, they don't get the championship. So I definitely think that you cannot deny his impact on this team, on the game of basketball, and I'm definitely happy to see him get. It's kind of like he's getting over the hump in a way, because people always have looked at his, accolades and they're like, oh, you don't have Finals MVP, so now he can check that off the list, and he's got to improve that he can be the best guy on the team in the finals. So I'm definitely happy for him, and I think he went out there and earned it and showed that he is a all-time great in the NBA.
Yeah, once he got it, only thing I could think about was well deserved. You can literally see the emotion on him.
He worked for it.
He did. Before the clock even fully ran out, you could see it, and you can tell this one really means a lot. This trophy is different, and throughout the whole trophy presentation, it's like every speaker was like, "All right, this is different," or "This has been building for 10, 11 years, and this is what this is about." And for me, it's like the narrative is now like, okay, this is definitely all because of Steph. But in the back of my head, I'm like, they also had like one of the best teams ever assembled a couple years ago. So in the back of my head, I'm gonna think about this a little bit more, because I don't want to take away from Steph's night at all. So I want to give him his flowers. But back in my head, I'm like, okay, is this kind of referendum of like KD and what he decided to do? We can probably talk about that another day though. But that's honestly one of the thoughts in the back of my head. It was because it's a consistent theme. So, but it's something I've been working towards. Steph has been drafted by the franchise, grown by the franchise. They stuck with him through his injuries, and he literally is the superstar franchise player who we'll have to debate, and we'll talk about this a little later, where his status is in the NBA now, since he has a Finals MVP. We'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, shout out to Steph. He definitely deserved it. He played well. He carried his team to several wins in these finals. Just think about where they were just 2 years ago, right? I mean, within the past 2 years, they lost a play-in game. They also had one of the worst records in the league, which is how they got like a Wiseman and some of these other great players that they have that we haven't really seen yet. So,
true.
This Warriors team is here, but now.